this is Anushka Man and I welcome you back to my channel. So many people have been asking in the comments about what coaching institute had I joined, how was it like, what was the course like, and why did I choose it, what were the good and bad things about it. So although I mentioned the name of the coaching platform that I was associated with during my CAT prep in my previous videos many times, but there were a lot of people who wanted to know more about it. So I thought that maybe I could share a video with you guys wherein I can give you my honest opinion about the coaching platform I was associated with, why I chose it, what worked for me, what didn't work for me, so that if there are people out there who are looking to join a coaching platform and they want a sort of opinion from someone, I can just share my own opinion, how my journey was like, and maybe it can help some of you. So let's get started. So I started my CAT preparation from July onwards, as I mentioned previously also in my videos. So I had exactly 5 months at hand. And since this is a very short duration of time, I just wanted to give it my all and I didn't want to divert my attention here and there. So as I was thinking about how to go about the prep, I realized that I do need a coaching institute to be associated with, mostly because I wanted to have a certain direction to myself. The thing is that I had just completed my undergrad and I was at home, and I knew that if I did not have someone to put me in one particular road, in one particular path every day for the next 5 months, I would go astray for sure. So I definitely needed someone to guide me because there was no one around me in my family or friends who had previously given CAT or had any experience about it. So I needed some guidance. So coaching was a must for me. So there are people who ask that can they do this by self-study? Of course you can do that. And associating with a coaching platform doesn't mean that you don't have to do self-study. You know, a majority of what comes out as a product of your hard work, as a product of all that goes into preparing for an examination, comes from self-study. The thing with coaching institute is that it gives you a sort of guidance if you need one. So I needed that, so I wanted to associate with the platform. Second thing was that a lot of people ask that was it an online or an offline coaching, and why did I not go for an offline one? So the thing is that I did not want to waste time in traveling. I had recently completed undergrad and I knew that whenever I came back from college, I would be so tired that I would not feel like doing anything after that. So I did not want that to happen, considering the fact that I had such less time in my hand and I wanted to utilize most of my energy in studying rather than traveling and everything. So one thing was for sure, that I wanted online coaching platform. So as I was looking through option, I came across this platform called CATKing. So that is the platform that I was associated with for the next 5 months. So I remember seeing a video of Rahul sir on YouTube, and mind you, this is not a sponsored video. So I just wanted to share my honest opinion about it. So it's like an honest opinion, not a sponsored video at all. So I came across one of his videos and I found that he was quite motivating in some of his YouTube videos. So I looked up his coaching platform, contacted them, they told me the dates and everything and the prices, what all courses they offered, what all was included, and I found it quite feasible also, because when the sessions would be conducted. So I found that the process was kind of transparent, the admission taking process in the platform, because I had also contacted another very famous institute for their offline classes and they were very opaque about their prices. They were not even telling me what their entire fee structure looked like, what all would be provided to me. So I was very skeptical about it. But since here it was an online coaching platform, I liked the way they were, they sort of like gave me a transparent fee structure, a transparent schedule and timeline and roadmap, whatever. So at CATKing, I was enrolled in their turbo course initially, which is mostly about the CAT preparation. So it included Monday to Friday, we had an hour class every evening. I was part of the evening batch, and that is what I preferred the most, because you could be doing self-study the entire day, and I felt more comfortable having a class in the evening, which is something really great because my concentration span for some reason is the maximum during the evening time, like post 5 6 p.m. is when I actually fully get awake. So, okay, so I had 1 hour of class every day from Monday to Friday. And on Wednesday and Friday, I also had these VARC boot camps with Rahul sir, who's the founder of this platform. And apart from that, what all was included in this course were these online books wherein we have, which they called Bibles. So there was LOD 1, level of difficulty 1 Bibles or handbooks, which had the questions which covered the basics of almost every topic, whether it was VARC, quants or DALR. For every topic there were the basic questions. So initially when you start your preparation and you're just learning concepts, you are supposed to do and polish your bases from the by doing the questions from the LOD1 handbooks. And to be honest, especially for quants, I absolutely loved their LOD1 handbooks, because for quants, I was, as I've mentioned in my previous video also, when I'd started my CAT preparation, I was kind of, skeptical and scared of the quant section, because mathematics is not really my forte. I'm not bad at it, but I'm always scared of it. I don't know why. So I was very skeptical of it. So I really wanted to make sure that my base was really good. And for the quant section, their LOD1 Bibles are absolutely amazing. So you have these Bibles, and I solved every single question that was there in their, you know, the basic level questions, especially for the quants. Apart from that, they also had these LOD2 books, which were meant for the advanced level questions. So once you're done with your basics in a month or two, you can start doing the questions from the LOD2 handbooks, which was also great, because then it preps you for the advanced level of questions which would actually be there in the CAT examination. So that was there. Apart from that, we also had these recorded sessions from the classes. Like, it's always better to attend the live classes, I would say, because if you had any doubts, you can actually ask those questions in the class itself, and then you don't have anything piled up for the next day. Especially for me, I did not want to miss any of the classes, because then the next day it'll hamper my self-study time, because then I'll have to cover up what I did the previous day, what was done the previous day to the next day. But yes, in case there's an emergency or something, they did have the live recorded sessions, the recorded sessions of the live classes on the platform, which you could access at any time, which I found really useful, because I was always making notes in the live classes. My notes were like neat and clean, because I did not want to slack off, at least in the coaching that I had willfully enrolled myself into, and I did not have time to waste in the classes. I did not want to sleep in classes like we sometimes do in UG. So yeah, so the point is that I made notes, but sometimes you do forget certain concepts, you do get confused with certain concepts, and for that I could always refer back to the recorded sessions for the live classes. Apart from that, we also had what did we have? Yeah, we also had these small videos, short videos, like a minute or two videos, which were about the shortcut ideas to solve the quants questions, to solve the DILR sets, to solve the VARC sets, and especially for the DILR sets and for the VARC section. I found these shortcut videos to be extremely helpful, because a lot of times in DILR, for certain sets of questions, you get stuck at point. You could be eventually be able to solve the questions, but you could be doing it the longer way, whereas there is a shortest route possible. So these short clips, they really helped, and also they are just they were just a minute or two long, so it was really helpful, and it did not take up a lot of time also to actually go back to them. Apart from that, on weekends, yes, on every weekend we had a mock initially. So every weekend there was a mock. Actually, that mock you could give in the entire time span of a week, but I would give it every Sunday, because on Sunday we had no classes. And I think on Sunday itself, during the afternoon time only, we had one of our mentors who used to go live and used to do the mock analysis. So after completing the mock, I made sure that I attended that analysis, and for most part it was very helpful to me, because there are questions out there which you follow a very long or a lengthy format to solve those, or there were questions which were actually easy but you didn't understand how to solve them, or you had done them previously but they just didn't click. So when that teacher would actually do the mock analysis, it just benefited so much. So that was included in all of that. And what else? Another thing that I really liked about the platform was, which I found very helpful. So all these points are something that I myself personally used. So what I really liked was there was this caselet book. I think there were 50 plus caselets or something. I don't remember exactly. So there were the caselets for DILR for every type of questions. Like for example, arrangements, or some sort of spider charts, or some sort of DI questions. So there were these caselets which had come in the previous year CAT questions also, which were there in the Arun Sharma book also. So all of these were included in that that caselet book. So it was very easy for me to refer. So it was like a one-stop solution wherein you can find the best questions from all different sources, and you can actually, they also had the solution also along with it. So yeah, I used to first map, I used to solve those cases by putting on the timer to check that how long was I taking to solve each of the cases in that booklet, and then refer to the solution in case I was stuck later. So that was another thing that I really liked. One more thing that I really really liked were the previous year questions. So they had on CATKing platform for the turbo course, they had the video solutions for the previous year CAT examinations. So towards the end of my preparation, when I was actually solving the CAT PYQs and I was going through them, so these videos, they came really really helpful. Another thing that I found really really helpful towards the end of my preparation were these rocket boot camps that were conducted, I think, during the month of September, October, that is closer to the CAT examination, especially for quants. I used to conduct these 1 hour or 2 hour long boot camps for DILR and for quants. So 1 or 2 hours for every topic of quants, like for arithmetic and for geometry, algebra, etc., etc., and so forth, and the same for the DILR. Now these boot camps were so helpful because over the period of time, whatever you had covered, it was condensed in a short video, and it served as such a good revision. And I swear that, especially for arithmetic, I was kind of struggling for with arithmetic in the month of August or September, mid-September. But when I, especially for arithmetic, geometry, and algebra, for these three subjects, these boot camps, they just worked amazing. So when I went into CAT examination, I knew that even if I don't know any questions from the number system or anything, I would be able to solve these questions very very well. So these rocket boot camps were very helpful for that. Another thing that I absolutely loved were these boot camp sessions for VARC that were conducted by Moinak sir. So Moinak sir he's an FMS graduate, and he used to take these boot camp sessions. He was a little bit strict, but I loved his classes at CatKing because the way he solved the RCs, the way he solved the verbal ability questions, and it was just mind blowing because he just broke down the entire process and structured it so well for you to understand that I just loved it. And he also used to share his strategies as to how many questions we should be doing by now, what should be the ideal score, how to go about the questions. If you are confused with two options in any of the RCs, how to choose the right one, how to read the RCs properly, how to find the gist and the main point of the RCs so that you don't get confused in two options. So this, now to break down all these things and to explain it in a structured manner, I absolutely loved it, and it really helped me boost my scores and tackling RCs better. Now, one more thing that I absolutely loved, which is something that I have to attribute to CatKing, was their sectional mocks. And I have, as I've shared in my CAT preparation strategy also, I gave a sectional mock for VARC almost every single day. And they were so good, especially for VARC and DILR. Like they had a lot of sectional mocks with increasing level of difficulties, and I gave almost all of them because through your sectional mocks you can assess your individual sections much better, and you attempt the questions in the specified time frame, and then you understand that where you are doing wrong when you're actually giving the mocks. Like for example, in then for example you're giving an entire a mock in entirety, doing all the sections together. So you might miss out on certain nuances, but when you're giving the sectional mocks, you can pick up on the little things that you're missing out on particular topics in every section, be it quants, DILR or VARC. So these were the things that really helped me. So sectional mocks, absolutely bang on. Then towards the end of your CAT preparation, like once the CAT exam is over, you have these live, not live, I would say, yeah, live sessions wherein Anisha ma'am was there who was teaching us how to write an SOP in a structured manner. And there were these mock GDPIs which were being conducted. But personally, the content that I found the most useful on CATKing platform for my post CAT preparation for the interviews and all were these, this repository of the application forms that previously were filled by the candidates, or the videos explaining how to tackle every kind of answers in the interviews. So they had these short videos wherein these toppers, or not the toppers, if not the toppers, like the people from the different B schools of India, IMABC, SP, FMS, etc. These people had these short videos on the platform wherein they shared how you should be tackling the interview questions. So there were separate videos for every question, like for example, tell me something about yourself. There's a video for that. Or tell me something about your hobbies. There's a video for that. So there, it was explained in a structured manner how you should be tackling such interview questions. So I went through all of that, and that really helped me structure my answers better. Another thing that I really loved was the repository of these application formats, especially for when I was filling in the forms for SPJMR. So they had this repository of how people had previously filled the application formats, how the candidates who had applied to SP. So they had these this entire repository that you can refer to, and I actually did, not just for SP, but when I was filling the application forms for I'm Lucknow, I'm Kozhikode, etc., etc., I refer to this repository of applications to frame my answers better and to get an idea of what exactly are the colleges expecting in your application answers. So that was one thing. But one thing that I would say that really struck to me and really stayed close to me about this platform was the motivating factor. I know, I'm not sure how people would react to how I'm making this video. And I know that a lot of people would think that it's a sponsored video when I've already told it's not. But the thing is that, you know, when you are in such a stressful journey, like CAT in itself, I keep saying that it's just an exam, it's just an exam. Yes, it's just an exam, but it's indeed a very stressful journey. It takes away a lot of you. There's a lot of mental pressure, a lot of emotional pressure in the anticipation of what might go wrong, what if this doesn't work out, this and that. But amidst all of it, you need someone who guides you at every, not just guides you, but motivates you at every step. You need a mentor who is like constantly pushing you and making you see the broader picture, and not letting you fall in that spiral of overthinking, that what if this goes wrong, what if that goes wrong. And that is what I found really helpful through this CatKing platform, because Rahul sir used to go live almost every other day on YouTube. Then there were the mentors in the coaching platform itself. I can vividly recall the name of Sudhanshu sir, Moinak sir, and and the other mentors that I had on the platform. And at the end of every class, these people would always share such a motivating and realistic quote, something that would push you towards working hard, and would prevent you from overthinking about what might go wrong. And that is something that I really needed at that point of time, because there were so many self-doubts going on. I didn't know what was going to happen, what if this doesn't work out, this, that. So it helped to calm me down and to actually push me towards prepping harder for the examination and to believe in myself. So that motivating factor, it seems like a very little thing, but when you are actually in this journey, You really need that at every step without asking. So getting that from my mentors was a really, really big thing in different forms. Like, for example, I remember two quotations very vividly that I also wrote down in my diary, that I used to look back on whenever I was like feeling low during the journey or feeling demotivated. One was what Rahul sir used to say, that, you know, let the I am reject you and don't reject yourself before they do. This seems like a little sentence, but when you are surrounded by so much self doubt, you're doubting your own self because you don't know what's going to happen. And especially for me, I was a fresher, I was staying at home. I had no idea what was going to happen if I didn't crack CAT or if I didn't get into a good B school. What is going to be my life like? What will I be doing with my career? I had no idea. There was so much self doubt. What if I'm not made for this? What if I don't belong here? I have stepped into the wrong thing. And these questions used to spiral in my head again and again. And then just to hear this thing, this kind of affirmation, these kinds of affirmation, it really helps you soothe yourself. Maybe watching this video, listening to me saying all these things might not feel like a big thing, and you might feel that she's over exaggerating. But when you're actually in this process, that's when you get to know that there's so many things going on, and this fear and this anxiety is so real, and you need such positive affirmations around you, as I said, without even asking you time and again. So that was one thing that really struck with me. Another thing that kept me going was when Sudhanshu sir had said this once in one of his classes, that if you're thinking of giving up on this particular dream, because a lot of time what happens is that people start with lots of gusto in this CAT preparation journey, but it demands a lot. It demands consistency from you. A lot of people, they actually stop doing it, or they get tired and give up on it in August, September. See, this is a journey wherein there will be lots of ups and downs. In certain mocks, you'll find yourself doing exceptionally well, and then the next mock, you'll do absolutely bad. Like, it will go so bad that you'll doubt your own self. And this happened with me so many times. There'll be times when you don't understand the concept, but you have to still keep on going. You have to still put yourself into this journey that you have invested yourself in. So I think it was during August or September when he said that if you give up on this dream, then it just means that that dream was not that important for you. And that just stuck with me so hard. Like, I think I still have it in my notes app. I'm recording from my phone, otherwise I would have shown it to you, because I typed it in my notes app and I used to look back on it many times. Because yes, if this dream of getting into a B school, doing an MBA, it means so much for you, then you cannot give up on it. You have to give it your all and just go for it. Give it your best shot and not think much about what's going to happen. Just give it your best shot. So yeah, I wanted to keep this video short, but I think it's gone pretty long. But this was what my journey had been with the CATKing platform. This was an unsponsored, repeating again, unsponsored video wherein I shared what actually worked for me being a part of this platform while being enrolled here. And I just shared it so that some of you guys who might be looking for some online coaching or might be considering CATking for, you know, your CAT preparation, you can just probably have an opinion, an extra set of opinion if you needed any. So yeah, that's it for this video. So see you in the next video, hopefully. Bye bye.